Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, here we are. It's Tuesday. And I know all day long people have been writing me, says, Psychic Bob, where's messages? Where's the messages video? Well, I'm getting this out late. I've had a really kind of busy day. A good day, nothing bad, but just busy. Been doing readings, had to deal with mom stuff, trying to take care of the house, have more readings. This has been one of those days where it's like, it never ends. So I'm getting this out late, but you know, like I say, better late than never. I'd never forget you guys, especially on Tuesday. Gosh, we got to have our messages. You know, if I don't miss the messages, not only do you guys get upset, the spirit world gets upset. They're like, you're not doing your work. So I wouldn't forget you guys. Anyways, hello Grizzly. Grizzly's over here. He's been restless today because he's been wanting to play all day. And I've been working. He's upset with me. He's giving me the most pitiful look right now. Do you want to say hi to the Tubies? Come on, come over here. He doesn't want to. But anyways, well, welcome to Tuesday's Messages from the Spirit World. And for those of you who are new here, this is something we do every Tuesday. And what it is that I gather up a bunch of letters. People write to me from all over the world, and I do mini psychic readings. And it's a real joy. And to let you guys know, there is no charge to do this. A lot of people say, how much do I have to pay to be on messages? Nothing. $0. Absolutely free. You know, but you do have to be patient because I get hundreds of letters each week. So I can't always get to everybody right away. But I do what I can. And for those of you who are new here, I am actually a full-time professional psychic medium. I've been doing psychic work you know, for over 20 years. So I have a long time experience with this. I was trained in the Spiritualist Church where I was a resident medium. And so, you know, this is something that's kind of in my blood. I've been doing it all my life. And I'm glad you're here. So I want to welcome you. If you're new here, haven't seen this. If you want to get in messages from the spirit world, you can write to me by putting your question in the comment box below this video. Or if you don't want to do that, you want to keep it personal, you can write to me at my email, readings@robert-hickman.com. And that link will be, again, for my private email below. So you can write to me there or here, and I'll get you a letter. Anyways, well, we're going to jump into the letters here. But one more thing, before we do that, I want to first of all say thank you to all of you who take the time to watch every week and write. Thank you for thumbs upping. It's really helping me show YouTube that there are people that like me. As many of you know, YouTube is targeting a number of people that they just don't like for whatever reason and trying to encourage them to shut down their channels. I actually got a letter from YouTube encouraging me to kind of just, you know, not be participating in YouTube. I don't know why. I'm a partner. I've been a partner for a few years, but they just start trying to make people feel intimidated and leave. I won't leave without a fight. I've been building this channel for 10 years and I'm not leaving. Anyways, if you want to help me out, please like this video, favorite it, and share it with your friends, okay? Well, we're going to jump into the letters. And also, I want to also say that, you know, even if I don't answer your letter, first of all, please don't be mad at me. As I told you, I get hundreds of requests. But listen to every single reading because you never know, spirit might work through somebody else's letter to speak to you. And I've had a lot of people write and say, Bob, I knew you were reading for somebody else, but I got my answer and it worked in my life. See, because you have to remember from the spirit side, they're going to draw me to letters that they want me to answer because they can work through that message to help people. So I might be reading for Janie in New York, but Susie in California has the exact same problem. And spirit will speak to Susie as well as Janie. So that's how it works here. So be open to that, okay? All right, well, let's get into our letters. And before we do that, let's all just take a moment. Just settle down. Let's center ourselves. And let's attune to the spirit world. Okay, I hear my spirit guide Fletcher back here. He says hello. All right, our first letter today is from I Love Candy 56. Hello, I Love Candy. Candy writes, says, hi, Bob. Do I have any psychic abilities that I am not aware about? Thank you for all that you do. You know, Candy, I got to tell you, I don't know if you're aware of this one. I keep picking up that you have a gift called Clair Guston. Clair Guston is a French word. It means clear tasting. And I feel that one of the psychic abilities that's coming in around you now is that you can literally taste essences. For example, you might get a distinct taste in your mouth. Like, for example, if you encounter a spirit, you might know what their favorite food was. Like, let's say they love to eat, corn. And so when you're in a room where a spirit is, you're like, I taste corn. It tastes like I'm eating corn. I have a corn flavor in my mouth. And that would be the way the spirit would identify to you that they loved corn, so you would understand it. You could also get distinct tastes, like, for example, if somebody were shot, you might taste like a metallic taste, like gunpowder, or, gunmetal taste. Have you ever put metal in your mouth as a metallic taste? You may get tastes like that. That's called Clair Guston. It's a very interesting and rare psychic ability. I don't run across many people that have it, but I am picking that up around you. So I'd like you to do some research on Clair Guston. And as you're developing psychically, I'd like you, when you go to a place that could be haunted or you're working with somebody in a spiritual way, just be aware of your taste buds. See if you're distinctly picking up a taste. Okay? So I get that around you. I also feel that you're an empath. And that empathic ability also is manifesting through your hands in psychometry. So I'd like you to explore, like, touching objects and see what reading you get off of them. Look that up, psychometry, if you don't know what that is. But you definitely have that. I believe you probably already know you're empathic. Empathic means you feel energy, like you can feel anger, or rage, or happiness, or joy. Like when you go into a room, or you could feel if somebody's died. That's empathic. So I think you may know about that. But this Clair Guston, I feel, is something that is developing in you, and also psychometry. Okay? Anyways, I hope that helps us. Good questions. All right. Thanks for writing. Our next letter is from Crystals Crystals Cardenas. Crystals Cardenas. And Crystals writes, thank you, Psychic Bob. I really have to, excuse me, I can't read right here. I really hope to hear from you someday. I am so interested in what the spirit world has to share. I would be so honored if you would pull my name out of your spiritual hat. Thank you so much. Well, Crystals, I got to tell you, when I'm stepping into your energy, I get around you this beautiful blue and green light. Blue light tells me that you have a communicator gift, and I believe that's actually one of your life themes. I keep seeing writing around you, and I feel like the spirit world wants you to tell your story, or to write a book, or channel messages that you write. Definitely gifts of writing, communication around you. I also get this beautiful emerald green light that tells me that the spirit is infusing you with healing power. And I feel that you're also a healer. And I don't know if you've explored that more fully yet, but I'd like you to research like Reiki healing and psychic healing, different forms of energy work, because I feel like this blue and this green are in harmony. And I also feel like, for example, that green can also not just be physical healing, but emotional healing. So the communicator in you could, for example, bring healing words to people, bring healing messages to people. And I think these are gifts that are really around you very strongly right now. I'm here, I'm trying to listen, I keep hearing voices. I'm getting a man speaking to me back here, and I keep hearing the name. It sounds like Phineas. Phineas. It sounds like his name is Phineas, and he's interesting. I'm getting a picture of him now. He's dressed in like a Roman toga, and it's interesting because it's got a purple line through it, so which tells me he's a member of the aristocracy, a nobleman from ancient Rome. But I believe that he was also kind of a psychic or a temple priest in some way. And I keep hearing him say, he says that he's opening you to the gifts of the spiritual realm. So Phineas is one of your spirit gods, and I'd like you to spend some time in meditation, see if you can connect with him. But he's around you as well, okay? And he was from ancient Rome. Phineas, Phineas. I believe it's spelled Phineas. If I've got that wrong, it's pretty close to that. Okay. You know, one of the things you should know is when I read, like when I'm in the psychic channeling mode, I can't spell and do mathematics. Like the logical things are hard for me. So I think that's the name. Phineas, as close as I can get. Okay. Anyways, check it out and let me know, you know, as things develop. I feel really these gifts are opening for you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for writing. I hope that helps. Blessings to you. All right. Our next letter is from Angela Barton. Hello, Angela. Angela writes and says, Dear Bob, I had a dream about the goddess Diana coming to me. Does that mean she has chosen me? You know, I got to tell you, when a goddess comes to you, particularly in a dream or in some type of vision, it's usually a sign of being called. I was very excited by your letter, and I'll tell you why. Because when I first started on the path of Wicca, I had a strange and mystical experience. I was literally sitting at my dining table, and I wasn't even thinking about Wicca, which is the funny part. I wasn't sitting there trying to connect with anybody. I was just literally sitting there and just opened the mail and doing stuff. And all of a sudden, it was like I lost my consciousness. It's like I went into like a fugue state. And I was suddenly in the middle of a forest, and I saw the goddess Diana approach me with her bow in hand. And I instantly knew who it was, and she communicated to me. And she said, I am with you, and I'm leading you. And I actually was called by the goddess Diana. So your letter, I do believe, is a sign. Now, whether she directly said to you or not, I'm calling you to come to me, doesn't matter. When they make the time to appear, their presence is message enough. So I do feel that she is around you. I do feel that you are being led by her. And if you haven't yet studied about her, do some research. And I would encourage you to explore more Wiccan deity pantheon building, because sometimes when a goddess like that comes, they also bring others with them. So I feel like she may have more for you to learn, more people to connect with, but she's definitely in your life. And I have to tell you, you know, like we always say, we choose our patron and matron deities, but not really. I think they choose us, and I think you've been chosen. Hope that helps. Thanks for writing. All right, our next letter is from Vinnie Blade 57. That's a cool name. They write, Dear Bob, will I ever move away from the state I live in now? And will I ever find a partner and love in life? Hey, Vinnie Blade. I do see that around you. I have to tell you, it's not going to be right now. It's about 2 years I pick up a move for you. And this is going to sound maybe a little strange, but I get Hawaii. Like, I feel like you're moving out across the sea, and I see Hawaii. So I think in about 2 years, you're going to have an opportunity to look at a move to Hawaii, and I would encourage you to do it. It'll be very positive. I also see you at that time, around that same time, meeting somebody. Interestingly, I think you'll meet them here in the stateside, but they, I think, are going to be interested in traveling to Hawaii with you. They themselves, I almost feel like, have been to Hawaii, so it's like they may show you around or have some connection to it as well. But I do see a long-term relationship for you, and in about 3 years, I see like a permanent situation, like becoming married or like a long-term live-in partnership. So you are moving forward. You know, it's interesting because right now what I pick up around you is I'm getting a lot of yellow light here. Yellow in the aura tells me that you're really working on self-discovery right now. And I would encourage you through the rest of this year to really be focused on learning more about you, who you are and your gifts. Because I feel like Spirit is bringing you kind of out of your shell. I have to be honest, I feel like this last year you've been feeling a little isolated or reclusive. And I feel like that yellow light is re-stimulating and helping you rediscover you and your talents. And I feel like in the next year, that's going to open up a lot of opportunities financially and otherwise for you. And I feel, you know, I wish I could say you're going to be moving right now, but it's going to be about 2 years. But when you do move, it'll be significant, And I feel like a lot comes into focus at that time. Okay. Anyways, I hope that helps for you. Thank you for being here. Blessings to you. All right, our next letter is from Eugene Ville. Hello, Eugene. Good to see you again. Eugene's a regular viewer here. Also comes to the witching hour on Sundays. Eugene writes, Bob, we just got news that a dear friend passed away this past week. His funeral was on Thursday. We are very sad. Can you tell us if Rick is okay on the other side? And please tell him that he will always be close in our hearts. We are taking it pretty hard, and my wife, Patty, is very sad as they were very close. Thank you. Hi, Eugene. Hi, Patty. Well, let me tell you, first of all, I'm very sorry for your loss. You know, it's strange, you know, spiritual people, you know, we think we handle it better than most. But really, grief hits us too. Luckily, we all know in our hearts there's another world, and that those we love go there. But it still makes it hard here because we want to touch them and have that tangible experience. I can tell you that your friend did make it over to the other side. Fletcher's back here, and he said, the words he said is literally, he was released into the light. And I get the sense from what they're telling me that at the time of his crossing, he was, as strange as it says, he was actually ready to go. On some level, I get the sense that this Rick knew that he was going. It's almost like he was on some level preparing it. And you and your wife may have even felt like a little distance from him in the last few months. And it's like, I feel like on some level he was preparing to leave. He may have pulled back from people. I get around him, though, that he went right in the light. And there seems to be a sense of, release. Like, I keep hearing somebody talking, and I think it's him, but I'm hearing a voice. It's hard for me to get him in here. Can you bring him closer? Thank you. I keep hearing somebody, like, saying in the background, like, oh, God, I'm done with that. Thank God I'm done with that. And I feel like he was crossing through a real trial at the time of his passing. I don't know that he lets you know the full extent of it, because I feel like he was, some ways was, even though he was a warm and loving person, this part of his passing, I feel that he kept very private. He kept to himself, because the words are like, that I hear him say, is like, I didn't want to burden people. So I feel like on some level he knew he was going, but when it happened, it was freeing for him, because I feel that physically there was some real struggle going on. And I don't see him in the struggle. He's in the light. Fletcher's talking to me. Hold on. Yeah. Fletcher said that he has been to visit you as well. Actually, literally the day of his funeral, he was literally with you. I feel like he was in a car with you, like you were traveling. Might have been some other people besides you and your wife, but I'm getting like a group of people being near a car, and he was literally in the group. Like, he got into a car, he was right around the car as people were getting in. And what's interesting is I keep feeling like there's another person that's here on earth that may be a friend of yours, a mutual friend you share. I get a woman connected to this, and I feel like she's been having dreams of him. And Fletcher says to tell you, he said, yes, he's been trying to reach across in the dreams. So I want you guys to remember, he's trying to reach you as well. Be watching for the dreams. But I'm being told he's at peace, he's in the light, and don't take this wrong, but he's glad. He's glad he got to leave. Not that he doesn't miss you, and he does. You know, people in the spirit world miss us too. We don't think about that. But the difference is they know over there that it's going to be all okay. So they handle it differently, but they miss us too. But the good thing is they can come and check in on us, you know. And so he is in the light. He did get healing, I'm being told, on the other side, and he's glad to be out of the body. Okay, so I hope that helps a little bit. I'm also being told some names connected to this that you may be able to research, or you know. I'm getting another name. It sounds like a Pam or a Pamela, and also a Mary. I feel these are people that he knew and is trying to reach across to. I don't know if you can place them. And there's another guy, I get a Tom around this as well. So these names are being shown to me. These may make sense to you. If they don't, you might want to research them. But I'm being told these names, that he's been connecting with these people as well. He's in the light. I'm sorry for your loss, but I'm going to put you guys, all of you, and also him, on the prayer list and offer up prayers for you, okay? Blessings to you. Let me know how it goes. Thanks for writing. Oh my gosh, guys. Well, now we're at the part of our show which we call Spirit Shoutouts. Spirit Shoutouts is something I started recently. It's kind of an add-on to messages. And Spirit Shoutouts are messages that I receive for people at my channel. They're not necessarily people that write for letters. Sometimes they're just people that write and say, hey, Bob, checking in, hello. And they're not even looking for a reading, but something will come through when I'm looking through it. So I got a few names here that stuff popped through for. And so I want to give some spirit shout outs, okay? My first spirit shout out today goes to Matteo Dow, who is all the way over in Italy. And Matteo, I got to tell you, I got a message today from a man named Rolf. R-O-L-P-H is how it's spelled. And he was dressed in 1920s clothing. You know how they wore the stiff collars, like gray suit, he had gray suit, very sharp looking. But he said his name was Rolf, and he told me that he's from Switzerland and that he was a medium back in the early 1900s, 1920s. He's around you in spirit, and he asked me to bring a message to let you know that he's working with you now to help you continue to develop your psychic gifts. So you might want to spend some time and connect with him. His name is Rolf, R-O-L-P-H, from Switzerland. Anyways, had to bring it over. Hope it helps. All right. My next spirit shout out is for Rashmi Kawa. I love that name. That's such a pretty name. Rashmi, first of all, I got to tell you, Fletcher's back here jumping up and down. He's got on his party hat, and he's asking me to tell you happy birthday from him in the spirit world. There are other people back here also part. I hear a group talking to you. Yes, Doris. Yeah, Doris is back here. Doris Stokes. She's one of my guides. She and Rose are together. My other guide, Rose, and they're bringing out a big cake for you, and they're asking me to tell you happy birthday from the spirit world. Rose is opening a little envelope here, and I keep seeing her say something about. She said, "Tell you to watch the month of September." It looks like there's some financial blessings coming. So there's going to be more money come September for you, okay? The spirit world's sending love and happiness, and they're having a party for you. All right. Thanks for being at my channel. All right, our next spirit shout out is for Amy Bell. Hello, Amy. Amy, I got another lady who's been talking to me today. She keeps jumping in my ear all afternoon, and I've been trying to get this video, and they won't let me rest till I get it out. But there's this lady showed up dressed in this beautiful black lace long dress, and she had her hair up and a big, you know, the Spanish combs, like out of tortoiseshell with a big lace veil, a manatia they call it. Well, this lady, she looked very powerful and impressive, and she told me that her name was Luisa, and she says, I am Luisa. And I heard another voice say, she is a countess. So this Luisa is a member of the nobility from Spain. It looks like she's from the 1920s, 1930s. And she's holding up a suitcase. She kept showing me all day long a suitcase. And she says she's calling you to travel. So she says next year, 2019, is your year for travel. It looks like you're going to go to a lot of fascinating places. She kept saying she wants you to go to Old Mexico. She said, go to Old Mexico. She said that she traveled there from Spain back when she was younger and on Earth. And she said she wants you to go to Mexico. And she's also talking about Peru. And she said to see the mountains of Peru. So it looks like some travel coming. And Luisa, or you might want to call her Countess or Contessa, Luisa is with you. Okay. Anyways, hope that makes some sense. I had to bring it through. She just popped in. Oh my gosh, guys. Well, listen. I don't know where the time goes. That's all the time I've got for messages. And I know it's late, but I hope you guys will get this. And if you don't see it tonight, you'll get it hopefully tomorrow. And tomorrow is the 4th of July, and it's also Wiccan Wednesday. So we'll have something fun. Just make sure to be here. We'll do something. But I love you guys. Thank you for your patience as I'm getting this out late. I love you. Thanks for being here. Listen, if you want to get on messages, again, put your questions in the comments box below or write to me, readings@robert-hickman.com. The link to my email is below. And for those of you who are interested in a private session, you might want to do an investment in yourself and buy a private reading. I do charge for that, and you can read all about my private sessions at my website, robert-hickman.com. The link to my website will be below, and you can also call my office to get on my schedule, 571-483-2112. Even though I'm not in town, I am still doing readings, so you can call me. I'm doing phone and Skype right now, and we'll get you on, okay? You guys are best. I love you. Thanks for being here. Keep it here. And, oh, by the way, if you get a chance, pop over and check out my bookstore. I have a lot of wonderful books I've written. And today I've been working also in between everything on my horoscopes book. So we'll have my astrology book coming out soon. I'll have more on that in the coming days. I love you. Keep it here at Spirit Channel. Hit subscribe. Be part of us. I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, may you always, blessed